up, everyone? Welcome to IGN's Borderlands, the pre-sequel review roundtable. I'm Vincent Janito, the guy that got to review the game for you beautiful folks at home. I'm here with my buddies, Brian Malkowitz, John Ryan, and Brian Albert. How you guys doing today?
Hey, everyone.
Awesome.
Brian sandwich.
Oh, it is a Brian sandwich.
Actually,
You're
it's
squished in here.
Oh, no.
It's actually a John sandwich.
Oh, John sandwich, yeah. You're the meat.
You guys
You
are
are
bread.
the
Whatever.
There's a couple of Brian buns. All right.
So
I'm sorry.
That took 10 seconds for
wow.
us to do this. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you for that lovely intro. So
Great video.
Let me ask you guys. You've all played Borderlands the pre-sequel to varying degrees.
Yep.
Okay. The first thing I noticed, and one of the biggest things I commented on in my review, was I didn't love the pacing. Now, Borderlands has had this problem before. This kind of stop and start pacing. You're running around for 10 minutes, barely killing anything, or you're backtracking through the same area because you have to go back to your quest giver to hand in, and then go back out to the same area to do another quest in the same place. Like, did this really strike you guys? Because for me, it was the most obvious negative that I found about the pre-sequel.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things that like you probably may not notice if you're buried into the game unless somebody mentions it like you did. Because I didn't really have that huge of a problem with it in Borderlands 2, but it became really noticeable in Borderlands the pre-sequel after he said something, and I'm like, why is this guy never here that I have to kill? He's never there. He's always somewhere else.
You go here, then you have to go there, and then you have to go there, and then you have to go there, and it's like, I haven't
You
done
gotta go
anything.
through 6 different loading zones
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get to your final objective, and then just kidding. No, you've got like 3 more things to go through.
Right. I mean, like, and
My perspective on this is different because you've all played much more than I have, so I'm sort of new to this.
Right.
sure.
I played the old ones, of course, but I played maybe 5 or 6 like co-op levels, and even just then I started to feel it. Just going back and forth to the quest giver. Now there were vehicle stations, and so it was a quick trip, but there
See, I
were
feel
spaces that were pretty empty.
I feel like it's much worse in the beginning of the game than it is towards the
Oh
end.
yeah, the first half of the game, it's just so glaringly obvious.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
you mentioned that there was nothing to kill. I find that it's exactly the opposite. Is that there's always too many like nature monsters, like
Nature
torque
monsters.
dragons.
There's
too many natures to kill.
Too much
all this
nature.
too many animals to brutalize. Video game.
I just feel like when I'm trying to like get out there and do a mission, like when I want to just get to the waypoint and get back, I get completely sidetracked by these monsters that when you kill them, they just turn into more monsters.
And another thing that gets you sidetracked, and I didn't specifically, I did call this out in the review. What's up with doors?
You know, screw the doors. The doors in this game are the
They're
absolute
the
worst.
doors.
my doors have been very kind. They open, they close.
But you haven't really played the full
They
game
work.
yet.
Exactly. So that's why I'm asking what's going on.
It's
with
like
the doors.
every door. I said this in the review.
Every
it's like
quest door.
Every quest door. It's
Yeah.
like Dahl and Hyperion had no idea how to build a door.
Yeah, like these major corporations are like, how do we work no
thing is,
gravity
it's not
into
that
working
they don't
doors?
know how to build a door. It's that the door is somehow conveniently locked.
Right.
Convenient
and
lock,
conveniently
broken, jammed.
malfunctioned, it's
Right.
Right. It's,
But
it's
the thing,
something.
what they never figured out how to do was build a manual override or an access panel nearby said door.
Yeah,
That's
you always
it.
have to go to the
That
opposite end of the map to
That
be able
was
to unlock
like
the door.
too well designed.
This isn't just some quirky thing. This is like
Every
a problem
single-
because
It
they
happens-
don't.
it
open
happens
the
very,
doors.
very
Like I feel like you actually arrive at the last area in the game, which we're not going to spoil. I feel like you arrive at mostly the last area of the game 10 hours before the end of the game, and you
Yeah.
think you're right at the end of the game.
Yeah. Yep.
Except you're gonna go on so many hunts for generators you have to shut down,
Yep.
overrides you have to hit, switches you have to throw,
Robot parts.
robot
parts you have to punch out of the
find.
door because it gets slammed and
exactly.
crushed.
Like you're gonna have to go back and search for so many stupid little switches that what seems like it should be right at the end of the game is actually like another 10 hours of gameplay.
I would say it's 10 hours. I would say it's probably like
It's like 30 hours,
it's
John.
a million hours.
Real numbers.
60-hour game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that drove me a little bit nuts. But we're focusing a little bit on the negatives here. I did give the game an 8. I do think it's great overall.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of the things that makes Borderlands great, and I think it does some of the things that Borderlands does well, even better than most Borderlands games that usually do. And one of those, I think the biggest one, is the skill trees. I think these are easily the most interesting set of characters and the most interesting and divergent skill trees that have been in the whole series. Brian, I know you did a lot of preview work on the different skill trees. Like, what did you think of them?
I think the best way to look at this is to look at one specific example. And so there's Athena who has the shield, and she's the Schmaptin from America.
Schmaptin Schmaptin.
Right.
An original creation.
She has one skill tree that's sort of like, it's very tanky, it's like defensive, it kind of helps allies. But then I was looking at that and I was like, if I'm playing alone, maybe that one's not the best. She has this other one that's all about crazy elemental damage. I was like, I would probably steal
Right,
that
the
one.
Cerulean Storm, I think it's called.
Exactly, yeah, the Cerulean Storm.
No, that one.
That one. No, but I was kind of like, okay, these are very different things. I can't have both of them at max. I kind of see why they'd be useful in different situations.
Yeah, and the Cerulean Storm one is interesting because you actually, I don't remember exactly how it works, but you have to pick up stacks. You have to pick up and maintain stacks of like a certain resource, and like doing that is, I think, based on a specific kind of action. And this is something that you see all throughout the pre-sequel. Is almost every character has at least one tree where you have to do some specific thing in battle in order to gain a stack of something. So like with Claptrap, I played with Claptrap.
Multiple stacks almost every time.
Yeah.
Claptrap has a bunch too where he just has stacks, and instead of having to gain more, he's running out of them.
And then mine, and then mine on the other end. Yeah, I
He's
kind
got
of
broke
broke the game because I learned that by getting a rapidly reloading weapon, I can just kind of, if there's a stack I get that increases my explosive damage for every stack, and every time I reload, I get another stack. So I would just like fire, reload, and watch my
Everything just
gives us a
exploded.
Nova
Everything just
explosion
exploded.
around
It was
you.
kind of phenomenal.
And which also plays into how well the gear game went for this one around, which I think they added a lot of new elements to that. But that might be another video. For now, that's all the time we have. But I think we all generally, I mean, to varying degrees, have a positive feeling about the game. We don't agree about some things, we agree on others. John Ryan's like in the throes of putting together
I'm
a
with
wiki
you.
guide
I
for it.
agree with every
I'm
aspect
less
of your review.
enthused about it than you, but I still think it's a well-made game, and I can understand that fans of the series are absolutely going to dig it.
Yeah, it has the same problems as the old ones, but also builds on the strengths that the series has always had. So
The laser weapons are awesome.
yeah, they are.
So good.
You're so good.
Oh, thank you.
So thanks so much for joining us, guys. For more on Borderlands, the pre-sequel, be sure to keep it right here on IGN.